We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Hi everyone, so I'm here in Guildford, Surrey in the south of England, here to check out part of the GHQ line, the Dragon's Teeth, which was a defensive system designed during the Second World War to stop the Nazi invasion. Now, the invasion never took place. Fortunately we won the Battle of Britain, and we had a pretty formidable navy as well here in Britain, so we were fortunate in the end that the war never really came to our shores, at least on the ground. But we came very close. We came very close, and yeah, I've always been incredibly fascinated by that time period. And so today we're going to look at what's left as a reminder of what nearly happened here. So yeah, we're here to check out the Dragon's Teeth, which are a obstacle to ultimately stop armour and tanks. Yeah, let's take a look. So let's take a look at what we got. First thing I'll say is it's very steep. I wasn't expecting it to be so steep here, but makes it look even more formidable, I must say. So let's take a look. So here we are. So you can see here, solid tooth-like structure, hence the name Dragon's Tooth. You can see that. So these were actually put in place during the Second World War, and the idea was just the threat of the German forces was looming, essentially. I mean, at that time, Dunkirk happened, as we all know, and the next step was Operation Sea Lion, which was Hitler's plan to invade the English homeland, or British homeland, I should say. So yes, it was the threat was very real, very real. So you can see here, you can see just down there. Look how many there are. They're just zoom in. There's so many there, and that's really steep. We'll go down there in a minute. But yeah, I mean, the purpose really of these Dragon's Teeth was to really stop tanks or heavy armour. I mean, they're solid, absolutely solid, and the shape of them just makes them impossible really to do anything with. I mean, as amazing as a tank is, trying to get over one of these, I mean, you'd end up just up like that. You're not going anywhere. But I mean, really, the idea was to stop them, but also to funnel enemy troops, armour, all that sort of thing, all that into a killing zone. If they could funnel them into a smaller area and have to send them through a small gap, then there'd be single file and ripe for the killing, essentially. Which is obviously a terrifying thought, no matter what side of the conflict you're on. But a good strategy nonetheless, definitely a good strategy. So that's what these are designed for, and you can see as we're going to go down, this thing is just a line. It literally is a defensive line that goes all the way up, all the way down. So yeah, it would have helped put enemy troops into a single file to cross through the points that the British forces wanted them to pass through, essentially, because they couldn't just spread out their forces. Which, it's a good tactic. I mean, this is used, this isn't a British invention, so to speak. The Germans had the Siegfried line, which over in Germany looks very similar to this, and they try to utilise it as well. So yeah, but we'll have a quick look at this on top. You can see see this sticking out, rusted metal there. So what they did. It's slippery here. What they did is also had like chain links going through and things like that, just to beef it up even more. So it really would have been tough to get through this, even if you're infantry. If you're on foot trying to come through this, especially when you've got gun emplacements out there overlooking you at points. Yeah, it would have been really tough. I wouldn't have enjoyed that experience. I don't think anyone would. Yeah, it's a terrifying fort, but also if you're the defending forces, then it's a good strategy. I've seen dragon's teeth before, but I've never quite seen this many. And it's just the sheer size of them. I mean, some of these ones up there, look at that one. It's huge. It's definitely huge. But yeah, so I'm going to take a walk down this hill and try not to fall down again, which I did getting up the hill. So yeah, let's get down there and take a look at the rest. Oh, I'm going. Right, I got down that. It wasn't too bad actually. Yeah, we're down on the bottom now, and you can see still loads and loads behind me. I was thinking though, to be honest, like they would make quite a good defensive cover. You know, if you've got machine gun fire coming at you, you know, they're pretty good. Get behind these like this, and you know, work your way forward. So they probably provided some good cover. Nonetheless, but you would have been definitely halted here. So the thing is about here is you've got these lines going all the way down to the river, and that's a massive hill up behind me there. It doesn't look too steep on the camera, but that really took some that was really slippery and hard. I imagine it being, you know, early 1940s and you're trying to maneuver, or you've got tanks trying to maneuver, that would have been a hell of a challenge. But actually, when you get down to the bottom, it actually goes all the way down to the river, which we'll go down to now. Let's see. Yeah, comes all the way down here to the river. And look back all the way up there. Look, you can see how far right up that hill. That was a moment ago when I first started. Made my way all the way down. So yeah, I mean, you know, even if you had to navigate through this, I mean, you got a river there, so you know, it would have defended you. At this point, it probably wouldn't have been a choke point to send it through. It kind of would have been, you have to try and get through this, or you got to go through the river. It's not a great prospect. I would have suspected either there was some more on this side of the river, more dragon's teeth, or there was just natural defences. So you can see, like I was saying, it's pretty steep here. I mean, this would have been challenging to get past. Yeah, and there's more to go, but it's pretty steep here. It's pretty formidable looking. I mean, I might not look it on the camera, I'm not sure, but when you're here, it's quite intimidating. Like, if you know, really, if you come up against this, yeah, you definitely wouldn't be wanting to cross, especially in the light of enemy fire. I know that much. But what's interesting as well, up here at the top, I found is a trench position. See this trench? See it running right along here. So yeah, there's like a step in there. Hopefully I don't fall through. But no, it's all filled in. But there's actually a trench position here, which is interesting because it makes me wonder. Because I've always assumed it would be defending. I think the coast is that way. I've probably got this back to front now, but I believe the coast is that way. So you would have thought something like this would be the other side of the line. But I don't know. I don't know what this is for. This might not have been for manned troops per se. If you know what a particular trench like this would be for, or on a GHQ line with dragon's teeth, you'll have to let me know. Maybe it was for troops. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be in this ditch this close to enemy troops. I know that much. If that is in particularly what it was for, I actually don't know. But yes, anyway, these are the Dragon's Teeth of Guildford, part of the GHQ line. I find it absolutely fascinating, the history of the Second World War and kind of the home front, if you like, and what remains. You know, we tend to think of it all over in Europe when it comes to the war with the Axis powers and the Nazis, but you know, there are reminders of it here. You can find them definitely still about, and this is quite an impressive one, I must say. It really is. But yeah, it's been great. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the ones here at Guildford. And yeah, well, I'm going to fall over again. But there they are. Look at that. Okay, so I was just walking away from the main Dragon's Teeth, and I found a pretty cool trench here, like a gun position. So let's have a look at this. So here we go. Look at that. That is cool. It's pretty well preserved as well. I mean, especially this side. I mean, that looks really cool. Let's have a look. Get inside. Yeah, look at that. So let's just pretend for a minute. Let's just pretend we're in the early 1940s. Obviously, I have no idea what it would have been like to have been part of that time period and during the war, or anything like that. But just imagine for a second, you know, you're here, you know, rifle in hand, and you know, peering out upon an approaching enemy coming right at you, and this is what's protecting you. I mean, it's pretty formidable. It pretty is. Solid concrete, these. But yeah, it's still a scary fort. It's definitely a scary fort. But yeah, just a nice little find here, just off the main Dragon's Teeth, which makes more sense now because I saw that other small trench up there, and this is a bigger one on the edge. So this makes more sense. But yeah, these are solid. I don't know if these are. I don't think these are sandbags. These are solid concrete. Yeah, I think they're solid concrete. But yeah, very cool. Let's have another look. The Dragon's Teeth, just over there. You can see the one there, one there. I think down here is another one. There you go. There's another one right here. Look. See that? Right in there. Another position. You can see the concrete again there. It goes down in this hole. So yeah, just absolutely defences everywhere, absolutely everywhere around here. It's very cool. Just watch where I step. I fall in a hole or anything. But yeah, no, this is really cool. I'm definitely glad I come to check this out. Now there's a few more here in the south, closer to where I grew up. I mean, this isn't far, but which are part of the same line, GHQ line. So perhaps I will go check them out as well and have a look. Yeah, but no, this is very cool. Definitely very cool. Okay, so I finished up at Guildford, and I decided while we're looking at Dragon's Teeth, I would come down to Farnham, which is about 7 miles or so down from Guildford, to see more of the GHQ, because there's more defensive lines right here. So I'm here at the beautiful Waverley Abbey, which you can see there. Let's have a look. I've been here many times, to be honest. 1128, very old. Yeah, it's a beautiful monastery here. I'll show you the camera, put the camera on it in a second, but it's a tourist attraction here. A lot of people come to visit. They don't often go and look at the Dragon's Teeth, but we're going to take a look. So this is Waverley Abbey ruins over here. Very beautiful. I've been here. This is local for me, so I've been here many times. There's people doing it looks like a photography shoot down there, which I've done myself a few times. But the Dragon's Teeth are in the far corner, just down here, which is where we're heading. So let's go have a look. Okay, we're nearly there now. As So yeah, it's a really cool site. I've been here many times. I've done photography shoots here as well and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people don't really realise that there's dragon teeth back here. I mean, you get a bit distracted by the by the ruins, and they are very beautiful. And thankfully, there never was an invasion or a battle that took place here, because it may have been destroyed. But here we are, Dragon's Teeth. As you can see, very much what we just saw in Guildford. These seem beefier. Look how wide that is. I mean, they're sort of more sloped, and yeah, they're really dug into the ground, these ones. Wow. Yeah, they're really cool. Really well preserved, actually, these. So you can see, we'll get a wider angle in a minute, but you can see they go all the way over to the other side of the river there. I don't think I can get across there, but you can see they go right up onto the top of the hill, just up there. Yeah. So yeah, they go right the way down here. Look. See, go all the way to the end, down there, all the way along the river. Very similar idea, you know, protection either side of the river. You know, the river being a natural defence itself. Yeah, you can see the abbey over there. But yeah, they come right the way around here. And here we go, look. This one has some like rebar sticking out, and they would have put chain links and stuff across these. Another one there, look. See that one? That goes all the way down there. Another one there. See the top of that one. So yeah, here's some more dragon's teeth. So yeah, so there's some more for you to see. So there is actually some gun emplacements. So I thought I'd stop in and just to show them. So yeah, like I said, this is about 6 or 7 miles just down from Guildford. So yes, so you've got some more there, and it's lucky really. Like I say, this is a beautiful location, and it's fortunate really that no battles ever took place or anything like that here, because you know it might have destroyed it here, and it is very beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to head back towards the car and show you some machine gun positions. So let's take a look. Right, after an exhausting walk, I didn't even go that far. It's like just over there. If you can see that, it's not as far as it looks. I've got the wide angle on. It's not that far, but worn out. But we have found nearly at the car park. But here is one of the gun emplacements. Here we go. Look at that. We will go inside, but yeah, it's just an outside shot. Let's see if we can go around and get inside and have a proper look. Right, here we go. We are inside. Well, what remains anyway. Have these machine gun positions here that fire your gun out, or your rifle, whatever you had to hand, I guess. 1940. Look at that. So you've almost got a three-dimensional line of fire, really. You know, goes really. There's gun emplacements all the way around the outside of this, and then you've got your main one in here. Just getting dark and spooky. Yeah, so I'm just looking out at the main gun position, where you would have had a large machine gun. I couldn't tell you the exact model. I'm not good with that sort of thing, I must admit, but this would have been the main gun position. Maybe you would have had a cannon or some heavy artillery, perhaps. You certainly could do. Perhaps, maybe that's what it was for. I'm not too sure, but a heavy gun, nevertheless. But yeah, it would have looked right across the field towards where them Dragon's Teeth were and the Waverley Abbey that we were just at, firing out. It's quite a view, actually. So that's just like that. You can see there would have been definitely a pretty hefty gun here because of the grooves in the floor here. Something big was there, something decent size. It's pretty big. Something pretty formidable would have been firing out there, out onto them fields. And the Dragon's Teeth, I was just over there on that tree line. But yes, it's very cool actually, very cool. And like I said, as we're on the outside, there's just turn that down. On the outside here, there's loads of gun emplacements all the way around, pointing out. There's one from the outside looking in. This would have been for small arms fire mostly, you know, rifle, machine guns, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, what's left of it, it's not bad. So yeah, 1940s, really cool. I love this stuff. I love checking this stuff out. But there's also another one just over here, but we can't actually get to it. But we'll have a look. So there's one just there in the field. Same idea. That one might be slightly smaller, but yeah, no, another position there. So it's pretty well fortified. So yeah, so this is Farnham. So yeah, just about 7 miles from the Dragon's Teeth at Guildford, part of the same defensive line. This is it. And there's actually another one further in the fields in the distance, but I can't get to it. And there's also somewhere around here, but I don't actually know the location today, but I would like to find it. There's a position, the remains of a like a pillbox, a single man pillbox for one guy and a machine gun, which is just on the side of a country road. It's just a little white pillbox. It looks quite. I've seen the pictures. It looks quite claustrophobic being in there, but again, it's looking out on about a mile that way, looking out onto the fields. So yeah, there's quite a lot of fortifications left here from the Second World War, just in this small stretch of area I've looked at. But I say this really was stretched the whole of the south coast pretty much, you know, upon the threat of invasion. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I find it incredibly fascinating, you know, and it's a time in our history we should never forget. We should never really you know, neglect it or look past it. And I think these should be preserved as monuments to that time period. A lot of them are forgotten, especially these ones here in Britain, you know. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video.